LGFA, and welcome to the first edition of LGFA Access. I'm Bryson66, your LGFA commissioner. I'm alongside my good media man, my savior this season, Nubsy 004. How you doing, sir?
Doing pretty well. How about you?
Not too bad. It's a nice Thursday we got here as we're recording for what is not technically our first show. We had a little bit of difficulties on our first one a couple weeks ago, so hopefully everything goes swimmingly tonight.
That would be preferred, yes.
Absolutely. So far, guys, we are entering the last week of the season, which is only going to have Sunday games and then FA Cup. And actually, the FA Cup is already shaped out to what it's going to look like as far as who's playing who in the knockout stages. Nubsy, after these 4 weeks, and I want nothing but brutal honesty. Don't give me the fake crap here. What were your thoughts on this season overall?
For me personally?
Yeah.
The season overall as a league went pretty well, I thought. Up until this last week, we had a couple teams that sort of lost ground. But personally, my team, we were mid-table all season, could never really get anything going. Had a billion trades, so chemistry kind of lacked. But it is what it is. We still put up 11 almost every game, and I still had a lot of fun. So the media is a big part of that.
I kind of wish more people would see that. Not everyone's going to make first place, and when you don't, you just got to learn to let go and have fun with it. So
right.
Yeah. So we're near the end of the season here, and it's a good thing we finally decided to get a show out here. Hopefully, this one will work for us. We're just the two of us tonight, so we're going to give you guys a team of the week, a Nubsy's Forms, Nubsy's little segment he's got going, and at the end of the show, we're going to wrap it up with the top 5 power rankings. So stick around, and we'll be giving you all that good media stuff here to come. Welcome back. We are here for the team of the week for week 4 of the LGFA. We have no respect this week, as respect's normally our third guy on the panel, but Nubsy's going to take over, and he's going to give you guys the team of the week for week 4. Nubsy, take it away. All
right. We're going to run a 4-4-3 this week. Which is different from last week, but nobody saw it. So, starting off, why don't we start off at the back? Everybody always starts with forwards. Let's start with the goalkeeper, Z Mayhem, to Newcastle. This week he was 3-2-1, 19 saves, 5 goals against. Main reason I picked him is 35 people have played goalie in the league so far, and Mayhem, even though I'm pretty sure he's played a few games in the field, he's the only goalkeeper with double-digit wins at 11-6-6. So, and I know he's been tearing it up in Newcastle the past couple weeks. Right back, got Pineapple Pot Pie for Man U. 3-0-2, 1 goal, 1 clean sheet. Stats, aren't necessarily impressive, but I played against that guy twice this week, and I don't want to play him again. But I get him, next week in the FA Cup, so we'll see what happens there. Right center back, OGG Shadow, Leicester, 4-0, 1 clean sheet. Any undefeated week is a good week. His team only allowed 3 goals in 4 games, so take away the clean sheet, it was 1 goal a game. Left center back, Douchey, which I feel kind of bad for saying, of Everton. 2-2-0, 2 clean sheets, so didn't lose a game. 2 games he won. He shut the other team out. Left back, Innate Ability of Crystal Palace, 5-1-0, 2 clean sheets. Big 5-0 win over Sunderland, where he played center back, which is kind of out of position for him. So it was good to see him get that win there. Right mid is Spider Monkey from Newcastle. 3-2-1, 2 goals, had a game winner over Chelsea in a 1-0 game. Left mid, Panda Swag from Crystal Palace. Undefeated week, 5-0-0, 7 goals, 1 assist. 4 of those goals were against Liverpool. We will talk about that game. But left mid, that's still pretty good. Cam, going with I Execute Panda from Everton. 3-2-1, 1 goal, 4 assists. Cam's always got to get assists. 4 of them in a week's pretty solid. Right wing, Diabetic Rage, Crystal Palace. He had a pretty big game against us the other night too. Played really well. 5-1-0, 4 goals, 6 assists on the week. Striker, Texas Tenant, took over Man City and has been going crazy since. 5-1-0, 4 goals, 6 assists. No, sorry, wrong thing. 7 goals, no assists, but a game winner over Newcastle in a 1-0 game. King Neymar at left wing for Crystal Palace rounds it out. 5-0-1, 5 goals, 5 assists. Pretty well-rounded guy when it comes to his stats. So,
All right. So based on how you were talking here, Nubsy, and I'm not trying to pick on you, but rather than call it Team of the Week, are we going to call it Team That Pounded Liverpool Week?
Crystal was the only one that pounded us.
Okay. Then we won't say that. But yeah, pretty good lineup. A lot of goals from Panda Swag. I mean, you did say 4 in one game against you guys, but even for a left mid, it's quite a bit of goals. And running a formation that I would not recommend in League. I ran it my very first season as owner in FIFA 12. So it's yeah, you might as well run the 4-2-4. You know what I mean? At that point, everyone's going to be up there.
4-2-4. Midfield suicide is what that formation is.
It is. It's rip your midfield counterattacks. The only thing I got to say about this lineup is pretty good week. Mayhem's a name that's been popping up a lot more as I see through these last couple of weeks. In the beginning, he wasn't a name that really showed up too much, but definitely lately here, he's made himself pretty well known. And another one I'm pretty impressed with is I'd like to see what he does next season because Texas Tenant I'm not used to seeing him as a striker. And putting in 7 goals, I got to admit, it's pretty impressive. So good week for him as the owner taking over Man City there. Would be curious to see if he would have kept that up all season if he was the owner the whole time.
Yeah, that is good. It kind of was like nobody really paid much attention to him. Then he took owner and his stats went up. Teams started doing better. He took on really good leadership role for them, and that's what the league needs. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the Team of the Week. Nubsy, thank you very much. Good lineup, besides that ugly formation. So we
got
will.
so many forwards.
We do. There was a lot of guys that scored. Well, you should have ran the 4-2-4. So you should have ran.
Yeah, I should have run the 4-2-4.
All right. Well, good lineup this week. Next segment here is Nubsy's Forum. So don't go anywhere and stick around. Welcome back. We are here with our second segment of the show. It's going to be Nubsy's Forms. As Nubsy talks about, this is a segment that, as if anyone's ever seen me do a show before, I like each of my hosts having a little segment for themselves. And this one I really like. Kind of came to Nubsy and said, what do you think? What do you want to do? And it's what we came up with. It's Nubsy's Forms. It's basically he goes over who he felt was in form this week and who was out of form this week. And he's going to deliver to you guys. So I'm going to shut up and let him do the rest of the talking for this segment.
Let me just talk the entire show here. The inform we go 3 and 3, 3 in form, 3 out of form. Could be teams, could be players, could be a combination of either, whatever. In form this week, we got Newcastle, top seed in Group B in the FA Cup. Had kind of a tough draw against Everton, being the 4th seed in that group, but
they are not. It's Swansea. I hate to break up your segment.
Swansea.
It's Swansea. Yes.
Wait, is Everton out?
Everton is out. They are tied, and this is actually. I'm glad you actually said it because now I can explain it to everyone. According to our constitution, it goes to head-to-head first in our group stages, and Swansea beat them head-to-head.
How did I miss that?
And
maybe a guy lacking.
And the second one is who had the better goals for and goals against differential, right. And it was Swansea as well. So,
really?
Yep.
Well, in that case, the top team in league didn't even make the knockout round, and great break for Newcastle. They don't have to play Everton in the first round on Monday. Either way, they went, from June 5th to June 21st. They went 15 games without a loss. And I think as McCullough would, tell me in the forums and Bears in our 5-2, they've done really well. I mean, 15 games without a loss, that's unbelievable. Considering the first week they lost, the first week, and then the next night they lost 6 of 7 games. So they found their form. I mean, they're chugging right along. Big favorite for FA Cup. Second in form, we got another team, Everton, which now that they're not in the FA Cup, maybe not as in form as I once thought, but they held up to their big start in the league. They've only lost 2 games all season, regular season games. They lost 4-1 to Crystal Palace in week 3 in the home away, back-to-back games, and then they lost 2-1 to Man U this week. They've got the table on lock. They're 5 points ahead of Crystal, but they've got Watford on the schedule on Sunday, and Watford hasn't been showing. So Everton would have to lose both their games, and Crystal would have to win both their games for them to not win the league. So they pretty much got that locked up. Let's see, last one here, in form, and I believe he was already on our team of the week. Not to boost his ego too much, but Mr. King Neymar, most well-rounded player attacking-wise in the league. 15 goals, 13 assists. It's 3 ahead of Soccer SM for the assist title, 5 behind Boteto for the Golden Boot, which the way he plays sometimes, if Boteto doesn't score and King Neymar goes off, that might end up being a pretty close race on Sunday. If we did points here like we do in hockey, he'd have 28 points on the season. And the next closest to him would be Boteto and Texas Tennant, tied at 24. And each of those guys have 4 and 5 assists, respectively. So, I mean, just the well-roundedness of him, I mean, he's been in form all season long.
Well, possibly a Ballon d'Or finalist.
Possibly. So now we get to the lesser part of the forms, the out of form. Watford forfeited every game this week, including the cup match against us, which got us in the cup. So, thanks for that. We get to advance on a technicality. Taco, dropped out. As soon as that happened, according to what I've heard, players just quit showing up. And that's a shame for not a big deal, because he was in the race for the goal for the Golden Boot, and your team doesn't show up, you can't score any goals.
Well, I will say this much, is that I contacted Not a Big Deal after Watford put in his resignation, so to speak, and he said he was going to run the team. He said they were going to keep playing, and obviously we got no result from that. I did get a message today from a player within that asked to take over the team and run, at least for Sunday. So I promoted him to owner. So really? maybe we will see Watford play Everton. Yeah. So let's hope. Let's hope for that.
I do hope so. I'd like to see a good contest.
Absolutely.
Contest on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Well, so we got them. We have sort of the same kind of boat, Arsenal. Big kudos to them, though, because they've had a horrible season, but they have not quit. For the most part, barring a couple forfeits here and there, they're still showing up for games. And they went, I think they had 1 win on the season, 1, 3, and 19. And I'm not really sure what happened, because in preseason they had 4 wins and 2 losses. So, I mean, they were an average team looking to be sort of middle of the table, and the wheels just fell off the bus as soon as things got serious in regular season. So it's kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. There's winners and there's losers. So
yep.
Lastly, and this was kind of a fun one. It was going to start out differently, but then I expanded it. Defense we got 5 teams here: Arsenal, Sunderland, Chelsea, Swansea, and Liverpool. 14 teams in the league. Those are the only 5 that have a negative goal differential. So that means either there's goalie problems, there's defense problems. You can't win games if you're getting scored on more than you score on average. That's the rules of the game. That's how it works. So.
All right. Yeah, that's some hideous defense there. I'm glad, like I said, that I give you these segments, Nubsy, because guys like King Neymar that did well. I'll be honest, King Neymar could have 100 goals and Potato could have one, and
No,
I think
he could get
I think
100. He's not that good. Let's not.
well, no, I'm giving you the exaggeration here is that
Right.
I would still give it to Potato over Neymar. We don't need that ego being stroked any more than it already is. But yeah, very, very solid for him. Honestly, I didn't get to take a look at his stats, but that's pretty impressive. So yeah, it could be a possible Ballon d'Or finalist there. That should be interesting.
Well, that's the thing with him is defense against him. You don't know whether he's going to shoot or pass.
Yeah.
And either decision that he makes is going to be a good one and put you in trouble. I mean, if he's in the box, look out.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And for, I want to talk about Arsenal too. Just it is disappointing because I put my my hopes into them. I was really thinking they were going to be a contender this season based on the personality of the owner there. Express is a good guy. Even the times that we had to bring him into questioning for anything that we had problems with, he was pretty straightforward and gave us good answers. You know what I mean? So I it's his first season. Let's hope he comes back and maybe makes different choices. If not, at least he stuck it out and made sure he tried to get a team every night as much as he could.
Yeah, he did, and that's why I said respect to them for sticking in it. I mean, that's a long season.
Yeah.
I mean, Liverpool, I've had a long season.
Yeah.
But to have that kind of season and still be here, props to them. Like, very well done.
Right. Absolutely. I agree. All right. Well, it's a good forum session there, Nubsy. I'm going to let you take a little break here as next up we go to the top 5 power rankings, and we'll close this show off with a few thoughts as well. So stick around for this last segment. Welcome back as we are going to end our show here. Not going to hold you guys up too much longer. I know, we have beautiful faces, Nubsy. I gotta grow a beard. I feel out of place, man. You killing me. I shave way too much. I look like a child.
This is child beard. It's short because it's summer.
Oh yeah, true. That's
hot as hell. I can't.
My job entails me to have it shaved, so I can't do anything for the show. Sorry, folks. So here we are at the top 5 power rankings. I'm going to do this. Give Nubsy a break here. He did a good job for the beginning of the show, and we're going to give you the top 5 teams here of the week. I know we didn't do other weeks of the season, and Nubsy kind of added in other people's stats during week 3 and week 2. This is just straight week 4, how people did in the week 4 of the LGFA. So we are going to start off with number 5. We're going to go backwards. At number 5, I have Manchester United. There was another team, I believe, that went 3-3. It might have been City, but United beat Everton. That's honestly the big breaking ground there. They beat Everton 2-1, and Everton, I believe, as Nubsy mentioned earlier, only had 2 losses on the season, so a very nice win for them there. They also defeated West Ham 1-0, sadly, and Crystal Palace 2-0, and I'm sorry, they lost to West Ham and Crystal Palace. Oh my God, I suck, people. I'm sorry. I can't even, this is how bad it's been, is that I can't remember what we did on Tuesday. Hey, we won. Yeah, all right. Okay, so West Ham won 1-0 over Man United. Crystal Palace won 2-0, and Newcastle tied with them. 3 very good teams so far here running into the late of the season. They pick up a forfeit win over Watford. They beat Everton 2-1 and Chelsea 2-1. Python with a bit of a disappointing season. We expect him to be top of the table, last season's champions, but they still managed to get a decent team in, and I believe they're heading into the FA Cup stage, so more to come from them maybe here through the rest of the season. At number 4, I've got Everton 3-3 this week as well. Their losses were against they drew against Sunderland, lost to Man United, and drew with Newcastle. But they picked up wins over Chelsea, Liverpool, and Arsenal on Sunday. That Arsenal 1-0 win was more than likely a forfeit, I believe. I think they were having trouble on Sunday. But Everton, I think this might have been their worst week all season, if I'm not mistaken. Nubsy, if you can clear that up for me. Not.
Is their first? Say it again.
Their worst week on the season for Everton.
Yeah,
like, yeah. So a bit of a surprise there. At number 3, I mean, you guys should have expected it to come. I take over owner, and the team turns to money. Here we are with West Ham at number 3. They finished the week 4-2. 2 losses are forfeit losses on Sunday. listen, folks, I wasn't there. Can you blame the team? They don't know what to do when I'm not there. They just forfeit. So no, we had some
AGMs over there. Like, what's going on?
You know what? Hey, it's Tebow. Okay, he should have been banned this season, according to some people. So don't get me started on that. No, Tebow's been good, and Tebow and Duke have been good. Honestly, a lot of teams struggle to get people together. So it seemed with the Father's Day thing, but. All I'm going to tell people is I make the schedule. If you want to change it, you just got to let me know. Don't just come to me Sunday afternoon with a problem. So 2 forfeits there, but they turn around. We turn around and we go on a 4-game win streak. We beat Tottenham 2-1, Arsenal 3-1, Sunderland 1-0, and Manchester United 1-0. So a 4-2 week for the Hammers at number 3, and then at number 2 here we have Crystal Palace as they put in a 5-0-1 week. The one draw was against Swansea on Sunday, and then they go and beat Tottenham, Arsenal, Sunderland, Manchester United, and the 7-1 wallop on Liverpool. Very solid week for Crystal Palace. No surprise there, as they're number 2 in the standings. They've played very well, and if Everton wasn't so dominant, I think you would have easily seen Crystal Palace ran away with the league title here. And then at number 1. Decide on this team because I felt like they've played a tougher schedule, and I know they have the same record as Crystal, but I liked how Leicester played a little bit more this week, and I gave it away there. It's Leicester at number 1. Hey, look at that, folks. They went 5-0-1 as well. Their one draw is against Sunderland on Tuesday, second game 2-2. And they won games against West Ham in a forfeit, 2-1 over Man City, 3-1 over Swansea, 3-1 over Tottenham, 1-0 over Arsenal. I believe that was a forfeit. So a very good week for Leicester. Another team that kind of surprised us. I felt like they're going to finish 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, everyone can't place in first. But very solid week for Leicester there. And that is your top 5. Nubsy, care to give any comments on that?
I mean, you've got it pretty right, I think. Leicester and Crystal, I mean, you flip-flop those any way you want. Top 2. Man City right now, they're sitting at 4th. Leicester, Man City, Man United, there's 3 points separating those teams right now. So on Sunday, depending on, I don't know the schedule, who they play, but I mean, that could go any which direction, 3 through 5, how people finish. Mm-hmm. Everton's pretty much got first locked up. We'll see what happens if Watford plays, and, if Everton falls apart, they could lose that first spot if Crystal shows up and gets a couple wins and Everton doesn't. So we'll see.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Hopefully Watford can get a team there and make this a little bit more of a competitive finish here.
It only takes 7, and 80 and a goalie. That's all you need.
Yep. And some teams will even play with less. So, yeah, let's hopefully we'll see how Sunday goes. And
those teams end up losing in forfeits, which is why Crystal Palace is still in the FA Cup, and Man City is not. So
yeah, fair enough. But that's it for us. We're gonna just mention a few things here. FA Cup schedule is going to be out soon. I'll give you guys the final matchups here. For Group A, Manchester United will be playing Liverpool, and Crystal Palace will be playing.
Yes.
Crystal Palace will be playing Tottenham, and in Group B, Newcastle will be playing Swansea, and Leicester will be playing West Ham. Some pretty good matchups. Monday should be exciting. Some good matchups there. Also, to make things a little more clear for people, Monday will be 2 games, leg to home and away. Tuesday, home and away for the round 2, and then for the final game, it's 1 game at 8:00.
And that's on aggregate, right? The home away.
Correct. Yes.
Winner on aggregate.
Yep. Away goals are stronger than.
They're still same times as normal league games, right?
Yes.
Yep. That's what I thought.
Yep. Just clearing that up. Another point is we are entering our last week, which means the World Cup is up next. Sign up. If you guys want to do management, there's some countries that could use managers still. Go Team USA. I decided to take my talents to USA and help out Nightshade as GM. But it should be fun. I'm looking forward to the World Cup. Should be good. Saying if we're entering week 5 next week, I'd say give it about 2 weeks before we do our drafting and pulling for standings and everything. Kind of give all the countries time to run tryouts and for everyone to get signed up.
And go Team Wales.
Team Wales. Are you the Gareth Bale of Wales?
I don't know if I'll go that far.
Okay.
I'm one of the Welsh guys. Who's the other striker? Who's like the stupidly blonde striker, the fake blonde striker? I don't remember his name. I'm that guy more than I'm Gareth Bale. I'm hoping to draft a Gareth Bale. We'll put it that way.
Who's the management? Come on, don't leave us out of the loop.
Well, it's still kind of up in the air.
All right.
Right now, I'm hoping to. I'm attempting to steal you guys' AGM Klepto.
Oh.
Trying to convince Loco Trackstar to hop on with this and reunite Southampton.
All right. Sounds
but
good.
We'll see what happens there. I don't know. It's 50-50 shot.
All right. That sounds pretty good.
If that doesn't happen, then hey, somebody come manage Wales with me. Somebody good.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, and also Season 7 is going to start on 17 for the LGFA, for anyone that's interested. It's going to be good. I'm hoping to hit a certain amount of owners, possibly. If we can hit 20, I'd like to do 2 groups, 2 leagues, 1 EPL and 1 whatever the owners would like to do. So this next couple months are going to be interesting. So hopefully everyone sticks around. We're going to look to expand and make this even better for you guys to play here. So, all right, Nubsy, we'll close this show out here. It's been good talking to you, sir, as always.
You as well.
All righty. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you all next week after the FA Cup.
Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey.